Why do the chosen ones always seem to be alone? What does it mean to be one of the chosen in a spiritual context? And what implications does it have for our everyday lives? These are some of the questions we'll address in today's episode. We'll explore how loneliness, rather than being a burden, can be a blessing and a sign of a divine calling. Loneliness is a theme that resonates deeply with many people. At some point in our lives, we have all felt that emptiness, that disconnection. But what if I told you that this loneliness serves a greater purpose? What if this feeling of being alone was actually a sign that you are destined for something great, something extraordinary? Throughout this episode, we will break down this concept into several parts. First, we will explore what it means to be one of the chosen according to various spiritual and religious traditions. Then, we will examine why loneliness seems to be a constant companion of those who are destined to fulfill a special purpose. We will also discuss how to manage this loneliness constructively and how to find peace and strength amidst it. Additionally, we will share inspiring stories of historical and contemporary figures who have experienced this loneliness and how they overcame it to achieve their goals. These stories will guide us and show us that, although the path may seem lonely, we are not really alone in our journey. So, if you have ever felt alone, disconnected, or wondered why you seem to walk a different path from others, this episode is for you. We are going to unravel the mystery of the loneliness of the chosen and discover the power and grace found in it. Don't go away, because what comes next may change your perspective and help you find a new sense of purpose and direction in your life. Part 1. What does it mean to be chosen? Let's start by understanding what it means to be one of the chosen. It's a term we often hear in various religious and spiritual contexts, but what does being chosen really imply? It's not just a label that someone puts on you. In many traditions, being chosen means that you have been called to fulfill a special purpose. This call may come from God, but the most important thing is that this call is unique to you. Think of historical figures like Moses, Jesus, or even modern leaders like Martin Luther King or Mahatma Gandhi. These people had a clear sense of purpose, felt they were destined for something greater than themselves, and this gave them the strength to face adversity and keep moving forward despite the difficulties. But this call is not always easy to recognize. It can manifest as a constant restlessness, a feeling that there's something more you should be doing. Maybe you feel that you don't fit into traditional molds, or that your dreams and aspirations are different from most of the people around you. This is where loneliness comes in. Often those who are chosen find themselves on a different path, one that can be lonely. Not because there are no people around them, but because the depth of their purpose can be hard to share or even understand by others. Let's talk a bit more about this feeling of loneliness. Have you ever been in a place full of people and still felt alone? This is something common among the chosen because even though you are surrounded by people, your thoughts, your aspirations, and your concerns can be so different that you feel that no one else can truly understand what you are going through. However, this loneliness is not something negative. In fact, it can be a crucial part of your journey. Loneliness gives you space to reflect, to connect with your purpose and with God in a deeper way. It allows you to listen to that inner voice that guides you and gives you clarity on the path you should follow. Additionally, this loneliness can be a sign that you are on the right path. It can be the way God prepares you, strengthens you, and molds you for the purpose ahead. So instead of fearing it or avoiding it, it's important to learn to embrace it and see the value it has in your life. Imagine you are on a mountain, away from the hustle and bustle of the city. In that silence and solitude, you can hear the wind, the sounds of nature, and perhaps if you pay attention, you can hear your own inner voice with greater clarity. This is a metaphor for what it means to be one of the chosen. Solitude provides you with that space to connect with yourself and with your purpose in a more profound and meaningful way. Therefore, if you have ever felt different, if you have felt that your path is lonely, remember that this may be a sign that you are destined for something great. And although the path may seem lonely, it is a path full of meaning and purpose. And in that solitude, you will find the strength and clarity you need to fulfill your destiny. Part 2. How to accompany the chosen. Continuing our exploration, we will delve into why loneliness seems to be a constant in the lives of those who are destined for great things. Why do God or the universe choose loneliness as part of the path for the chosen? First, it is important to understand that loneliness can be a powerful tool for personal and spiritual growth. When you are alone, without the distractions and expectations of others, you have the opportunity to look inward. You can reflect on who you are, what your purpose is, and what really matters in your life. It is in these moments of introspection that we often find the answers we are searching for. Additionally, loneliness can act as a period of preparation. Think of it this way. Before a seed can become a strong and robust tree, it must first be buried in the darkness, seemingly alone. This time in the dark allows the seed to develop deep and strong roots. Similarly, loneliness allows the chosen to develop a solid foundation of inner strength and clarity. Another reason why loneliness is common among the chosen is that often their missions or purposes are unique and personal. These missions may not be understood or accepted by those around them. For example, when Moses was called by God to free the Israelites, he had to leave behind the life he knew and face great challenges. This mission was his and his alone, and although he had support along the way, there were many moments of solitude and personal reflection. It is also important to consider that loneliness allows for a deeper connection with the divine. In many religious and spiritual narratives, the most powerful moments of connection with God occur in solitude. Jesus, for example, spent 40 days and 40 nights in the desert, alone, before beginning his ministry. But how can we handle this loneliness positively? This is where things get interesting. First, it is crucial to change our perspective on loneliness. Instead of seeing it as something negative or as a punishment, we can start to see it as an opportunity. It is a time to grow, to strengthen ourselves, and to prepare for the purpose we have ahead. Second, it is important to find ways to nourish ourselves during these periods of solitude. This can include practices like meditation, prayer, writing in a journal, or any other activity that allows us to connect with ourselves and our purpose. It is also helpful to surround ourselves with things and activities that inspire us and fill us with positive energy. Finally, remember that loneliness is only a part of the journey. Although it may seem endless at times, we are not meant to be alone forever. Loneliness is a phase, a chapter in our story that prepares us for the next level of our journey. And when we emerge from this phase, we will be stronger, clearer, and more connected with our purpose. So if you are going through a period of loneliness, have faith. Trust that this time has a purpose and that you are being prepared for something great. Loneliness is a teacher, and the chosen learn to listen and grow in its presence. Part 3. Inspiring Stories of the Chosen. Now that we have discussed what it means to be chosen and how loneliness can be an integral part of that path, let's explore some inspiring stories of figures who have experienced this loneliness and found their purpose. Let's start with one of the most emblematic figures of the Christian religion, Jesus. Jesus is a powerful example of how loneliness can be part of the journey of the chosen. Throughout his ministry, Jesus often withdrew alone to deserted places to pray and reflect. These moments of solitude were essential for his connection with God and to find the strength and clarity he needed for his mission. One of the most significant episodes is when Jesus spent 40 days and 40 nights in the desert, facing temptations and testing his faith. During this time, Jesus was completely alone, without the company of his disciples or followers. This solitude was not a punishment, but a preparation. It was in this isolation where Jesus found the strength to resist temptations and reinforce his divine purpose. Another inspiring figure is Moses. Moses also experienced long periods of solitude after fleeing Egypt. He spent many years in the desert before receiving his divine calling. This time of solitude in the desert was crucial for his spiritual and personal development. It was in this isolation where Moses encountered God in the burning bush and received his mission to free the Israelites from slavery. Moses' solitude not only allowed him to hear God's voice clearly, but it also gave him the strength and determination needed to lead his people. Let's also talk about David, the future king of Israel. Before becoming king, David spent a lot of time in solitude while tending his family's sheep. During these solitary moments in the fields, David developed a deep relationship with God, composing psalms and songs and reflecting on God's greatness. This solitude not only strengthened his faith, but also prepared him for the challenges he would later face as king. His time in solitude gave him the wisdom and perspective needed to lead with justice and compassion. And we cannot forget John the Baptist, who also spent much time in the desert. His life of solitude and his dedication to meditation and prayer enabled him to be a significant precursor to Jesus' ministry. John lived a simple and solitary life, but his message resonated powerfully among those who heard him. His solitude allowed him to be a pure and powerful messenger of God's word. These stories show us that solitude is a crucial stage in the journey of the chosen. It is a time to deeply connect with God, to find clarity and purpose, and to strengthen the spirit. Although it may seem like a burden at the time, solitude is often the place where the chosen find their true strength and direction. Remember, you are in good company. Great figures before you have gone through these periods of solitude and have emerged stronger and clearer in their purpose. Solitude is not an end in itself, but a preparation for something greater. Part 4. Managing loneliness in a positive way. So far we have explored what it means to be one of the chosen and how loneliness can be a crucial part of that journey. But how can we manage this loneliness in a positive and productive manner? This is where things become interesting and practical. First, it is important to change our perspective on loneliness. Instead of viewing it as something negative, we can begin to see it as an opportunity for personal and spiritual growth. Loneliness provides us a space to disconnect from the distractions of the world and connect with ourselves and with God. An effective way to leverage this time is through meditation and prayer. These practices allow us to calm down, center ourselves, and listen to that inner voice that is often drowned out in the noise of everyday life. Meditation helps us to be present and find peace in the moment, while prayer directly connects us with the divine. You can start your day with a prayer or meditation, asking for guidance and strength for the day ahead. This not only gives you clarity, but also fills you with a sense of peace and purpose. Additionally, journaling can be a powerful tool. Taking time to write down your thoughts, your dreams, and your concerns can be incredibly liberating. Writing allows you to process your emotions and reflect on your path. It is also a way to document your journey, so you can look back and see how much you have grown and achieved. Another way to handle loneliness is through creativity. Many great artists, writers, and musicians have found inspiration in their solitude. Creativity allows you to express your feelings and thoughts in a unique and meaningful way. You can paint, write, compose music, or engage in any other form of artistic expression that resonates with you. This creative process is not only therapeutic, but can also be a way to connect with others who share your experiences and emotions. It is also crucial to take care of your body. The connection between the body and the mind is powerful, and maintaining a healthy body can have a positive impact on your mental and emotional state. This includes eating well, exercising regularly, and making sure you get enough sleep. Exercise, in particular, can be an excellent way to release stress and accumulated tension, and it can help you feel more energetic and positive. Surrounding yourself with things and activities that inspire you and fill you with positive energy is crucial. This can be as simple as reading a good book, spending time in nature, or listening to music that uplifts you. You can also seek out community and groups that share your interests and values. Even though you may feel alone in your journey, it does not mean you have to be completely isolated. Connecting with others who are on a similar path can be incredibly comforting and motivating. Finally, it is important to remember that loneliness is only a part of the journey. Although it may seem endless at times, you are not destined to be alone forever. Loneliness is a phase, a chapter in your story that prepares you for the next level of your journey. And when you emerge from this phase, you will be stronger, clearer, and more connected with your purpose. So, if you find yourself in a period of loneliness, do not get discouraged. Use this time to grow, to reflect, and to connect with the divine. Loneliness can be a disguised gift, an opportunity to prepare you for something great. Trust that this time has a purpose and that you are being prepared for something extraordinary.